everybody, and welcome back to another vlog. We'll get the hair, the cuteness, all that together later. Right now it is 4:51 a.m. My son woke up at 2. This is one of the days he decided he don't want to sleep. Mind you, we are experiencing, experimenting with, he's yawning, with some sleep medication for him. He's still up. So right now I'm just I've been in the car since like 2:30 a.m. It's 5 pretty much right now. And the whole reason is because I'm trying to make sure I'm not a bad neighbor. And the days when my son cannot sleep, I get him up and out. So the good thing though is he has yawned a few times. So preferably that means he's going to sleep soon. It's just right now I just this is real life. Welcome to real life with Faye in the city.
Hello, what can I get for you?
Hi, I have a mobile order for Faye.
All right. We are working on it. We'll see you.
Okay, thank you. They got this lavender stuff at Starbucks. Now, this stuff tastes like soap. It's not good. And that's so bold, but it's not. I tried it. I was like, ew, disgusting. 0 out of 5. No, it's not 0 out of 5. I would give it a strong 2.5 out of 5. Only because you have to be very careful with lavender, because if you put just a little bit too much, it will taste like Dawn dish soap in your mouth. And like, if you was ever one of them bad kids, somebody has to wash your mouth out with soap. Very much so that. And so we have a parents as teachers meeting scheduled at 10:30 today, but because I can tell he's actually on his way to sleep, like physical touch is helping to soothe him to sleep. So now that I see he's on his way to sleep, I'm kind of not comfortable having the meeting, because then he has to go to school afterwards. And when he is well rested, he gets the most out of therapy. And so I'd rather he get that rest than to have the parents as teachers meeting, because parents as teachers is actually for the parents, not for the kid. It is to give the parent tips on helping the kid with their development. So they don't really watch the kid as much as it is about showing you certain things that you can do to help them. And so while it's a very beneficial program on a day like today, where I know he's not sleeping, like say right now it's like 5, I estimate him to be to sleep like really around 5:30. And so if I'd rather let him sleep from 5:30 until it's time to go to school, than from 5:30 to wake him up for parents as teachers. Then in the little hour and a half after parents as teachers, you just have a little playtime and then go to school. No, I think it's best that he rests today. Yeah, he really want to sleep. I wish I could show y'all his look. He's just starting to spread out, and so I know pretty soon once I start driving, that head gonna get cocked to the side. Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Do you need a straw?
Yes, please.
Okay. We'll finish in the food.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Have a good one. Oh, I got it. Thank you. All right, so I got him his scone. He's still crying, and the fact that he's not eating it, I know he's real tired. Because when I tell you listen, I love my baby, but Big Heavy D, real greedy like. So the fact that he's not eating, I know he's ready to go to sleep. So let me focus on the road. All right, so real quick update. I told y'all that I estimated by 5:30 my baby will be sleeping. I want to tell you, the time is now 5:25, and my baby is asleep. And my baby is asleep. Baby, I does this Mamiana stuff, baby. Put that crown on me. I'm good. Listen, it's a lot of things in this world I ain't good at, and I can admit that. But I am graced by God to say, when it comes to being a mama, pop my collar every time, baby. You can't take that from me. I'm a really good mom. So let me go be a good business owner or whatever. So I have to get some Champignon Beauty orders out the way. Let me tell you about the faux pas I just had. So imagine you order a big box of glass bottles, and it's separated by 4s, like over 100 bottles. The entire bottom 2 shelves is busted upon arrival. When I say I have been graced to say, hold on, let me pull over, because I don't want to drive and do this with my hand. Hold on, looking real crazy, honey. But yes, I don't know what happened or who put the word out, but I had a huge influx of Champignon Beauty orders come in without me running a sale, especially in this economy. That is a huge blessing, which I thank you for it. But like I just said, 2 rows of glass bottles was completely busted out and them bottles was accounted for. When I say that caused a backlog. So if your order has been delayed, I promise you that is not the norm. I truly do apologize. It was just listen, I listen. Okay, first look, because I was finna say something I probably shouldn't have said. So yes, y'all, I'm finna put this bonnet on because I gotta go back home, get him in the bed. Once he is good and settled, I'm gonna do some Champignon Beauty orders, and then I'm gonna take y'all with me when I go. I want to go find somewhere to edit because I've been at home a lot. Actually, I need to text my parents to teach recording. I need to stop talking to y'all. I need to get to work. Bye.
What's up, son?
Hey, boss man, I'm outside.
You outside? All right, I'm gonna come get you.
All right, let's get to work. What's up? Yes. You know, extra promo. Gotta let them know what we're doing. Hello, y'all. This boss man. Say hi.
Hi. Yeah, y'all been clowning for the last couple years.
Right. Tim, skinny Tim.
That's Slim Tim right
That boy look good. Hi.
there. On camera? Are you
Yes.
recording me?
Oh wait,
Can't even
y'all.
see me. Hold on. What's up? What's up?
Y'all, he's over 6 foot. Call him. DM.
Call me.
Hey, don't just talk about that. We just talking about that. We was just talking.
What?
Just talking about my DM.
Hey, so Tim has a really experience. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want them getting mad at me again.
Right.
So, is that same dude was talking about breastfeeding?
Yeah, he's sorry.
He's sorry.
Breastfeeding women?
He said on camera that basically his wife's boobs belong to him and he don't like to share them. He said, I wouldn't care if it was Jesus. He said that.
You said that.
I said that.
He said he don't like
I
it.
said it to a camera, and I was unashamed, unabashed in saying it. And apparently,
You know what? Biblically, he's correct.
No, okay, let's
Biblically,
not.
he's correct.
See,
But
I am the scourge of the earth now.
at certain points, when they are servicing the life that you have created.
Right. Look, I'm not saying that. Like, first off, I started it off, which people neglect that part. I started it off by saying I understand. Like, I get it. I understand just the phenomenon of like breastfeeding. It's like I get it. However, if we're going to be real, if you had to put like 2 shots truth serum in my veins, and I had to like tell you what my mentality sounds, I'm not a fan of it just because. At first, it's like...
You're not a fan of breastfeeding?
No,
That's what he said.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
No, his exact words was, he said, men are inherently selfish.
Yes.
And while he's aware those are his children, at the end of the day, that's his wife. And he doesn't really like to share his wife. It doesn't matter if it's Jesus, he doesn't want to share.
Okay, now because we understand this inherently thing doesn't play in our advantage because the first sin was disobedience, but the second one was murder.
Right.
So we're inherently screwed up. So the things that we do inherently, we should not subscribe to.
I'm with you. At no point in time was a baby thrown off of a boob. Okay? At no point in time did that happen. But it was me and my homie talking about it. And we was talking about
you had an audience, G.
Yeah,
But
and then everybody else who was ear hustling from it, they're like, oh, well, he's immature, and I feel sorry for his wife, and all that type of stuff. Yeah, they was clowning me, bro.
Of course, what do you expect?
No, hey.
I have an audience. Yeah, I do have guys, but my audience is predominantly black women, and most of us, including me, have breastfed.
Yep.
So when we hear that, it's just like, what this?
And my black wife has breastfed all 4 of my kids.
Yeah.
All of them.
So basically, you're saying it's not your favorite thing, but still.
No, it's still, look, at the end of the day, we're going to do the best thing for the kids, okay? And if the best thing for the kids was like taking sustenance from her, like, and it was the healthiest thing to do, we're going to do the best thing. We were talking as far as like my mentality. And then that's just like another sacrifice that the man inherently is going to make is just like forsake what you feel about it. You're going to make the best decision possible. Now, if people were mature in their comprehension of what I was saying, we would have arrived to the same destination. No. It ain't people's problem. It ain't my. Hey, look. At the end of the day, it ain't about fault, okay? But it is about responsibility.
Oh my God.
Go and
And
say it.
the people not only got mad at him, I guess I didn't react harshly enough.
Oh.
So they got mad at me too.
Man, why are you sitting in the same room as that?
Yeah, you left that portion of the video too long. You should have cut him. I'm like, now wait a minute. Y'all know I'm breastfed.
You should have left him standing there and walked out. You should have.
It was very
You were
interesting.
supposed to respond how they wanted you to respond.
Yeah, and I'm like, at the end of the day, even if, and that's the thing I wish that we as a culture would do better about. We can disagree on something and not be enemies. I don't have to agree with 100% of everything that, like, we straight be going at it on the podcast. But when it's over with, we still fam. Like, you know what I mean? And so it's just like, just because he says one thing that I don't agree with, don't mean I'm gonna cuss him out. Like, that's crazy.
But even in a disagreement, like, it's not, I'm saying my experience. And sometimes, like, you have to understand the difference between things that we can talk about, like, but if you're talking about your experience, it ain't for anybody to agree or disagree. You talking about your experience. I was talking about my personal experience, breastfeeding. At that time, we were breastfeeding 2, and then after that, we had to breastfeed 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So I got a doctorate in this. Okay?
What about what I need?
Right?
Yeah.
What about how I feel?
Right? What is like?
That
Exactly.
was Dream Girls.
Yeah. So yeah, that emotional regulation, because I already know even in this portion, if somebody here, it's gonna get an emotional response. And instead of just saying, you know, I don't agree, it's you sorry sap sucker, and you
All the time. And understand, like, I love all of you thumb thugs out there. All right, I love all you thumb thugs. Y'all keep commenting and subscribing to my girl. All right. If I gotta put controversial content, go ahead. Use me. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna go home back to my wife, who is definitely chilling. She's not sorry at all.
At all.
And we gonna keep living life over here. But you know, if y'all wanna go to we were talking about Tim's DMs when
Dang, that's about me.
You know, I will say this, but I said in my last video, the one thing I would never do is date a church musician, because all of y'all are demons.
We demons.
You're not. Like, I would say you're an
I thought all of us was demons. What happened?
I mean, there's an exception to every rule.
Okay.
And so I would say you're not a demon.
What make us demons? Because everybody ain't demons. I don't think majority of us are demons.
I do.
I don't. I think you calling the folk demons, that they in your face being a demon. It's a lot of folk that just slide up under the radar.
Yeah.
They do that
I think it's because we expect more of people when they get in certain positions.
That's the problem.
But in the reality of it, the worst people in the church is the church drummer. All right. Oh, child, I look whooped. So I just left the gym. I had an amazing workout, as you can see by my hair. I got my baby here. He's out of school. Hi, Papa. How you doing with your baby? Hey, your baby. I gotta give him a haircut when we get home, but I'm at the local grocery store here. If you're in St. Louis, I'm at Dearburg's. And believe it or not, I am here for dusting powder. I like to, because I sweat a lot and stuff, just like that added layer of protection, I like to have like a little, a little powder in the chest or whatever. And I am out, and here's the thing, I have very sensitive skin. And the only powder that I know doesn't make me itch or break out to any capacity is Shower to Shower, but it's not so widespread in St. Louis. The only place I can steadily find it is at this grocery store. Every now and then they have it at Walmart, but who finna go to Walmart just for some powder? I'm not finna deal with all them people just for that, plus for other reasons too. But anyway, dang, they sell my L in the grocery store. I know that's right. They got a lot of hair stuff. Wait a minute, I need to come here more. Okay, let's see. They got the curly stuff they got is really for the wavies, but we'll talk about that later. Dang, they don't have it. All they got is Gold Bond. I don't want that. I know you better sit your tail down. Well, I can use Gold Bond. It doesn't break me out. I just like the scent better on Shower to Shower. So I guess we're gonna be a Gold Bond family until this one runs out. Are y'all the type, don't judge me, are y'all the type to put powder down in your bed? I do that. Like, before I put my sheets and stuff down, I put some powder. Baby, I go to bed smelling good. Anyway, I sprinkle some on my hand. I guess my baby say, not you gonna be ashy, but this actually smells really good. So this is the powder that I'll be having on. Baby, be in the gym smelling delicious. So if you like Cheez-Its, get this. This is really good. Okay, so lately, this isn't the brand, but something I've been loving is tuna. I always get it in oil. Like water probably is better for me, but it be dry. I don't like that. So I get the tuna in oil and make sure it's lemon flavored. I'll put the picture of the one that I really like on the screen. So I'm grabbing a couple of those. Don't open that. And I've never tried it, but I'm gonna grab this too. All right, so I just left out the store. When I say I love black people so much, so I went through the checkout line. I got the Gold Bond powder. I did not get the salmon, but I did get a few cans of the lemon tuna. So the lady, she rung me up. It's an older black woman. She looked like she could have been my mama, y'all. And she was like, girl, do you know this can of tuna is $3.69? I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, you being overcharged. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna show you my snack plate, which is also kind of like a meal, but I'm eating before I take a shower because what I'm eating is tuna. Now, I'm gonna tell you now, I already got some dirty dishes back there. I don't want to add to it, so what you about to see is a paper plate. Don't judge me, judge your mama. All right, welcome to girl dinner. This is the lemon tuna that I just bought. I'll be honest, it's not as good as fish white, but we paid $4 for this. We go eat it. I also have blue cheese stuffed olives. I have some cherry tomatoes, some mini pickles, some mini cucumbers, and for all of this I could just kind of put some seasoning on it. The four that all black people do: seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper. I put it on there just to add a little bit of extra. I got some snack cheese. This is Gouda, and this is seaweed. So this is what I want to, like, when I want something to eat, don't really have time to cook, don't have the energy to cook, but I do want something that fits into my macros. This is what I'll eat. So let me show you. I gotta eat this real quick. This is why I be messing up on that anti-inflammatory, because I like cheese. Gouda is life. Let me show you what I really enjoy. So this is what I'm gonna do. Take a piece of seaweed, and then I'm gonna take some of the tuna, put that right on there. Then I'm gonna take some cucumber. That's gonna add some freshness. Then I'm gonna add some tomato. That's gonna add a little bit of moisture. And just like that, we got my little taco that I'm gonna eat. That is so good. But I'm gonna show you what to do to take it up a notch. Get your seaweed snack. Get your tuna or whatever fish it is of choice that you have. Put some right on there. I'm gonna take my cucumber. Usually I do about 2. It just adds extra freshness and it's really good. I'm gonna add the tomato per usual. But to up the ante, we're gonna put out the hot sauce. And when you add that on, I like Frank's, y'all. When you add this on there, oh, I like Frank's and Louisiana. Anything except Tabasco, I don't like that. Oh my God. All right, so I just finished my shower and I want to tell y'all about something that I am loving right now. So the backstory, this is gonna be straight girl talk, woman to woman. Learn from my mistake. Even though some of y'all probably already know not to do this. So because I go to the gym and I work out really heavily, I don't use just body wash to cleanse my body because I sweat real hard. So my first wash is always with Dial bar soap, and then I follow up with body wash. Keep that in mind. So not long ago I ran out of my feminine wash. I use Sweet Spots Lab Chef's Kiss, just 5 out of 5 stars, 10 out of 10. No notes, wouldn't change anything. I love it, but I ran out. And so when I took my shower, I had the lapse of judgment. I used Dial antibacterial soap all over. And then I followed up with a body wash that is full of fragrance. This one was Olay. Okay? Hear me again. I washed my entire body with Dial antibacterial soap and then followed up with Olay, the blue one, which is full of fragrance everywhere. And if you don't know about science, that's just not a good choice. So real quick, biological lesson. Us girls, we have this thing that's really precious that is self-cleaning. It has, you know, just the right amount of bacteria. It's balanced out real well. You don't have to put no soap in it or nothing. The outside, yes. The inside, no. Well, I guess some of the antibacterial soap that kills bacteria, whether it's good or bad, it got in threw everything off. And so I ended up calling the doctor. We got an exam done. And so, because I've never experienced anything like this before. I've never listened to me, I've never had an experience like this ever. And so I talked to the doctor. They did this little swab and they said, you have a mild, so they gave me a one-time pill to clear it up. But I ran to the store immediately and was just like, oh, it won't happen again. And I got a feminine wash. So that's what I wanted to show y'all. This is the one that I'm currently using. I told y'all I love Sweet Spots Lab, but I wanted something immediately. And so this is it. It's by Good Wipes. It's aloe based and it's called Down There Wash. It's pH balanced, gentle cleansing, and ultra refreshing. And it says rose water. It's very important to use the right cleanser. The wrong soaps can throw off your natural pH, which can lead to dry, itchy skin, UTI, yeast infection, odor, and more. Hard pass. Not today. Say, I know that's right. This is such cute, fun packaging. Pink is my favorite color, but as far as the productive or effectiveness, I should say, this is amazing. While it does not have fragrance per se, some of the ingredients have a scent in it, because like one of the ingredients is flower extract, and that produces a floral scent. But overall, very gentle. It suds up really good. Let me show y'all, because to me that's important. Don't give me no wash. You telling me it's cleansing, I don't see no bubbles. Maybe it's psychological, but if I don't see no bubbles, to me it ain't working. So let me add a little water, rub my hands together. Y'all see how it's starting to suds up real quick? Because listen, again, if I don't see, then it ain't working. Okay, yeah, it smells good, it feels good, like it's moisturizing too. So I say all that to say, number one, don't be like me, be better. Don't put no antibacterial down in your pocketbook, and don't put no scented stuff down there. That should be common sense. But you know, everybody don't be knowing. Sometimes people like me, we be hard. Sorry, I flunked some water on him and he ain't like that. So yeah, don't be like me, be better. Number one, don't make that mistake with the dial soap down in your pocketbook. Don't do that. Number two, don't put nothing floral down there like the Olay ribbons. Even though I love this stuff. But this is amazing. And I want to say it's actually extremely affordable. So on the day I'm posting it, it's on sale on the Walmart app. I don't know if y'all can tell, it is $6.97. That is extremely affordable, especially considering I was paying $20 for a soap for one body product. I mean, not body product, one body part. So yeah, this smell good, feel good, keeps me clean, very affordable. If you're looking for a feminine wash, check Down There Wash by Good Wipes. This is really cute. I promise you, the packaging is so cute. Like, what did they say? Hoorah for you, hoo-ha. Come on, somebody. That's my type of time. Y'all know I like to play. So yeah, I like her. Hey everybody, from me and my emotional support jacket. So right now, I'll be honest with you, this has been a long day. My son, for some reason, woke up at like 2:30 in the morning and he was hungry. And so it took him a while to get back to sleep. I am running on fumes right now, but we're gonna get the day done. And so right now we are currently shopping. Y'all done broke my nail and everything. It's time to change them anyway. Who's this? That was actually, I was finna say my son's father, but y'all know who it is. That was DJ. We are actually around each other today because of shopping. And so this is me letting y'all in a little more. I remember somebody in the comment section one time on the vlog, we had took my son to the park together. And somebody said that y'all are sending mixed messages to your son. And I totally understand why somebody without all the information could say that. But number one, it ain't your business, it ain't your place. Number two, now that you are aware that my son has autism, I hope that makes more sense. One of the greatest acts of love for me as a mother is how much I put my ego to the side, how much I put my personal feelings to the side, and I think about what's in the best interest of my son. So even if I am at the utmost level of upset with his dad, if his dad want to see him, I'm never gonna say no. Now, with that being said, because I understand the importance of a son being bonded to his father, I'm also aware that my son is on the spectrum. And so he has gotten a lot better at adjusting to social settings. Okay, son. As I expose him to more, I take him more places, I put him in different situations so he can adjust and be used to it, so it's not as new, so it's not as shocking. But a lot of times when y'all have seen it in the past, my son was not quite used to social settings yet or certain situations, and it could be very overstimulating for him. And because I've gone with parents as teachers where they have taught me a lot about, as a mom, how to handle certain things, I'm blessed to say I'm really, really good at calming my son down and being his comfort when he is uncomfortable. So when you have a situation where you want a child to be bonded to his father, but you are your child's safety blanket, it's like, do I keep him away? You know, if his dad want to do something with him, do it, which will never happen. So that means whenever they are doing something together in the public where it could be overstimulated, it could be new, it could cause them to be fearful, anxious, or anything like that, I am usually a part of that just to make sure my son is good. So, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, it's been certain days where I'm like, dude, if it wasn't for the grace of God in my life, I would draw blood out your face. And that's just being honest. But at the same time, that's my personal feelings on a personal level. As a mother, though, my role to be a good mom is greater than my role to be pissed off at him on some personal stuff. And so I push my feelings to the side and be around each other. So to the ones that was like, y'all sending mixed messages, no, I'm not, first of all. And I want to say, and as much as I want to say it's not your business, if I'm recording a situation and putting it online, I know I'm open to critique. I'm opening myself to opinion. So I'm not going to say it's not your business. But now that you have all the information, just know, because of my son's situation, until he's better at regulating himself, that is why you usually see, if the two of them are bonding, I'm somewhere around just to make sure my son is comfortable. So anyway, they are shopping for some family events. My son's father is in this, DJ is in Dillard's right now getting something for one event, and then we're going to Old Navy for something for my son. So we just like, let's just knock it out at one point. So I'm really more so talking to y'all because it's helping me to process, because there is, this is being totally honest, a level of conflict within me to where it's just like, I want to be the bigger person. I want to be positive. I want to be all the things. But there's another side of me that's just like, but I don't like you. So that is a constant place of prayer that I'm just like, Lord, just help me to adjust and be who my son needs me to be, even outside of my own personal feelings. Baby, that thing that's kept me near the cross. So let's hopefully he coming out soon, because it's starting to get hot and I'm gonna cut this car on, and we'll see y'all at Old Navy. All right, I gotta get out of this store. So we are in Old Navy. I just found some graphics that I'm getting for my son, but I saw some bibs and I was like, oh, I wish I had a little girl, because they was so cute. They was for a newborn baby. But then I came to my senses, was like, girl, please, why would you start all the way over? Let me show it to y'all. Why is I gonna say he looked familiar? Girl, that's DJ. Y'all, I saw this. I was like, that's so cute. I wish I had a little girl. And then I was like, no, I don't. I'm finna actually get in line. Can I leave one with you? Adios.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hi, I have a mobile order for Faye.
I'm sorry, you can pull to the window.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I better not be getting sick. I just got better. Child, it seems like since my son been in school, I get like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, just coughing. We need to talk real quick because we are on the way to church and I need to stop and get something to eat first. Now, I want to say this. I've been open about my faith, and I always put this disclaimer, not that I'm ashamed of anything, but because I'm aware that I have followers from all walks of life. One of my OG followers is a beautiful Jewish woman. Hey, Faye Faye. But it's never from a place of trying to push anything on anyone. It's just me sharing my life. Now, if it impacts you, cool.
I'm sorry, what was the name? Was it?
It's Faye.
Faye? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. But yeah, if something I say impacts you, cool. And if it's just, you know, your entertainment, that's fine too. But I just want you to know, I'm sharing, but I'm not pushing. Does that make sense? I don't have an agenda. I just want to share my life. So we're getting ready to go to church, but before we go, we need to have a conversation about why this is so important to me. But I need my food first though, because I'm good and hungry. Come on now, children. That was so contract. No, it's cool.
Okay. Your outfit is sexy. You look
Thank you. But I am on the way to church. Y'all know I've been open about an experience I had that was not only not good, it was extremely traumatizing. Thank you.
Can you stroll today?
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, I should have said bye because this is my last time coming here. Y'all hold me accountable. I come to Starbucks too much. The amount of points I have, is ridiculous. But you only get the points if you spend some money. So that means the money I spent has been ridiculous. So yeah, I need to stop. I'm going to, what is this? It's March. I'm not coming back here till May. Hold me to it. And if y'all see me here, call me a liar. Not too much though, because you say it too rough, I'm gonna be mad at you. Okay, so really quick, I'm pulling over to eat safely. So I'm not eating, driving, talking, all that. Let me not be distracted. So while can y'all forgive me for the heat? I'm cold. Probably because of my cold is over here. It's 40. Oh, if I get to the point. Church. Okay, so y'all know I had an experience that was not the best. Not only was it not the best, it was extremely traumatizing for me. I'm not gonna rehash it because I don't ever want it to appear that I'm using my platform to bully. I've already been accused of being a pastor hater. You on a hate train, and it's not that. Because honestly, y'all would have never known certain aspects of what happened had there been an accurate attempt at reconciliation and repentance. Like seriously, had they gone about it and, you know, called me, because like originally when I left, there was a phone call, but it did not go well at all. And there's 2 leaders, I only talked to one, blah blah blah. Had things come together the right way and there had been an amends made, I would have kept it in-house, because if there is genuine remorse, repentance, and those things, what did you hold on to it for? But that didn't happen. So that's the only reason I felt comfortable coming forward with my experience. But I also don't want it to seem like I'm intentionally bullying, punching down, using my platform to cause harm. So I'm not going to talk about it. But if you've seen my content, whether it's here on my faith-based channel, then you know I had a very traumatizing experience with leaderships in terms of prophecy. And y'all, I had never had an experience in church like this before. Like, you have a little argument with somebody, okay, y'all don't see eye to eye on something, okay, but I've never experienced anything like this. And so for that reason, when the fallout happened, I was content never going to church again. Y'all N-words got it. I don't need this, never. Okay, now I also don't believe you have to go to church to know God. I just don't, because I was very intimate with God at home when I wasn't attending church. I would even look online. But I do feel with me being in ministry and me having a ministry platform, that having not only a covering but accountability is important. That's one of the main reasons I've slowed down on my channel, Just Faith and Faith, because I'm like, I want to be rooted somewhere, so that if I do mess up, I do make a mistake, or if I am going forth and fasting or something, somebody knows and they're covering me and keeping me accountable. And if I get out of order, they snatch me right on back. So I'm happy to say that I can go forth again on Just Faith and Faith, because I do actually have that accountability system in place. I have joined a church. Now, I knew I was going to join. Now, this is when we can get into spiritual gifts. So if you ain't into that, that's cool. I personally understand, but just listen. God speaks to me through dreams. I have a lot of dreams. A lot of times I get a lot of directions. And I saw vividly the church to go to. And God told me in the dream that you are safe there. Now, it's so funny because I know for a fact I'm safe, because the pastor is not only my pastor is my cousin, my blood biological cousin. And I also have been a member of this church before. And the only reason I left was because I was really involved with the youth department. Eventually I left and joined the church that the youth pastor, that used to be the youth pastor, started, and I was over there. But I've been a member of this church before. My pastor is my cousin, and she plays no games. Naturally and spiritually, my cousin don't play about me and I don't play about her. I would dot your eye over my cousin. So shout out to Pastor Leandra Green. I love her dearly. But with that in mind, I am in new members class. Now, technically, again, I've been a member there before. I've taken new members class before. And again, I'm family. But I felt like it was very, very important to do this, to go through the full process of joining a church and getting anchored and making this public declaration that I am a member, that I am still here, and that evil did not win. That was very important to me. And so last week I missed new members class, so we had a makeup session online, and then today I was supposed to go to new members class, but shout out to my son's father, he's watching my baby, so that I don't have to take him, because for new members class I have to get there before service. It's about an hour, and then go through Sunday service, and so that's a lot on a baby. I mean, I know he ain't a baby, but still, that's a lot on him, and I didn't want to put him through that. And so once I'm no longer having to attend new members class, then he will be joining me in service as well. But I'm really, really happy to I feel like I got back to myself, that I didn't let an obstacle overcome me, and that, you know, Evil didn't win. And so yeah, let me hurry up and eat and get to the church house. It's something in my teeth, baby.
I need to see some believers that say, I'm a survivor. I'm glad to be in the house. Come on, tell somebody I didn't lose my mind on this week. I didn't flip out and cuss nobody out on this week. Yeah, I need to speak to some real. Tell somebody I made it. I survived it. And I'm glad to be in the room.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another day. Girl, I thought this was the beginning of the vlog, but we just got to the gym. I am actually really tired. So right now, this is quick little car check, and I mean quick because I'm running late. So y'all know my son is on the spectrum. So one of the things that we have been experiencing lately is food aversions. He, for some reason, has just like the things that he has usually been in love with, he's not been wanting to eat. And I'm just kind of like figuring out, boy, what do you want? You give him beef, he don't want it. You give him chicken, he don't want it. He's loving yogurt, he's loving bread, which is, I thank God for, because by the grace of God, before therapy, like when he was like 18 months or something like that, when it came to textures of like bread, like think of a texture like cornbread, that grittiness, if it was that, he would not touch it, would not eat it or anything like that. And thanks to the power of therapy, which is why I can't stress enough, early intervention really does help. It works. But thanks to therapy, he's not bothered by textures anymore. But right now, for some reason, he is going through a shift in his taste buds. So I don't know what the boy wants. I say all that to say, he went to bed at his usual time, and then all of a sudden he just popped up at 3:30 in the morning, and I was just like, boy, what? And I hadn't gone to sleep till like 1. So I woke up at 3:30 with him, and I tried to feed him yogurt. He loves yogurt. He didn't want it. He didn't want anything. But finally, it was like around 5. Now, mind you, I said I was not going to Starbucks for myself. We're going to stick to it. But he loves the scone that they have at Starbucks. I need to find it in a store. The only issue I'm having is sometimes scones like that are sold in store are rock hard, and he doesn't like that. The Starbucks scone is softer, and so I went and got that for him. He ate it. 30 minutes later, he was asleep. So I say all that to say, number one, I need to find them scones. Number two, I ain't get much sleep, and so I'm a little tired, which is why I'm sneaking and having an energy drink, even though my trainer told me he don't want me drinking these. He gonna have to get over that. So anyway, we just got to the gym. We're gonna have a training session. I'm gonna see if I can get him on camera today. He doesn't really like social media like that, but I really do want y'all to meet him. The training he does for me is based off what he does for himself. He used to be into competitive bodybuilding. So when I say this a different level, like I'm like, yeah, there's something mentally wrong with you. Like I love you dearly, sir, but there is something wrong with you. And so he has not competed in over a year, and right now he's training to start back competing next year. And so he's kind of like mirroring what he does in my sessions compared to his. And so I say all that to say, this man think I'm Xena Warrior Princess. He be doing all type of stuff, and I literally one day I was like, you know what, I was gonna say something I shouldn't say. I never want to see you again. That's the type of training he does. So when I pop out fine this summer, just know I earned it. Okay, like it's something. So let me actually get in here, get my stretch and my warm up, and then I'm gonna see if I can get him on camera.
Hi, thanks for choosing our Starbucks. What can I get going for you today?
Hi, I have a mobile order for Faye.
We got it for you, Faye.
Thank
Anything
you.
else for you today?
That's it, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let's see you up here.
All right. Don't. I said don't. So my son, this morning, okay, so last night I went to sleep around 11:40. I had some things to do, so I was up late. And then at at like 3:30, I heard my boy woke up. He did not go back to sleep till 8:40 this morning. I still have to work, okay? And so I took like a little nap. After he went to sleep at 8:40, I went back to sleep because the whole time he was up, I was up with him. I went So I went to sleep probably around maybe 8:50. I'll say 8:55. I woke up at 10:15. So that's all the sleep I got. So yeah, if y'all see me here, just shut up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Do you want a straw for your drink?
Sure. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Ooh, I need it. Yeah. All right, but we are getting ready to talk. Let me pull over though. All right, so I actually have a full day ahead. I am really tired. But we're getting ready to have a conversation that is about 4 years overdue, possibly 5. And it's about my experience with the D word, meaning divorce. So to date, I've kind of dropped hints, but I've never flat out talked about my true experience with divorce. And I told y'all on my last video, I don't want to censor myself or anybody else anymore. Anything I censor is going to be because of me and my choices, not because I'm giving consideration to other people. Not that consideration doesn't matter, not that respect doesn't matter, but simply because I'm ready to live my truth. And the only reason I'm not putting this in the very beginning of the vlog, sun came out. And the only reason I'm not putting this in the very beginning of my vlog is because in the comments of the last one, y'all know I naturally real silly, like to have fun. But the last video started off kind of heavy. And somebody was like, girl, I was ready to do my hair and kick it with you and it's heavy. So that's the only reason I'm not putting all the right in the beginning of the video. But anyway, I am ready to live my truth out loud in hopes that it helps somebody else. And I know for some people it's just gonna be tea. Other people gonna realize this is actually my testimony. And so I'm going to tell you what my experience was like getting a divorce. And in this video, because my ex and I are actually on good terms, there are moments where I don't like him, and that's just being honest, and he know that. Because sometimes, you know, if you have a child with somebody that you are no longer with, the average person, if you don't have a kid with them, you ain't never got to see them again. I have to see this one regularly because our child is very small. And so when you're around somebody, oh Lord. And so when you're around somebody that is not exactly your favorite person, sometimes certain things they do will actually trigger you. And that is something that I regularly have to work through. That's it's constantly, because I'm like, I can't hold you accountable to something that happened 5-6 years ago if I already said I forgive you, but today you reminded me of something and I don't really like you. So you know, it's a real complicated thing, but by the grace of God we're making it. But so because we are not enemies, like we are actually very cordial, I'm not gonna come over here and say, you know, on this day this one did this thing and this is what happened, but I'm gonna paint a picture clear enough that you know what I went through. So this portion of the video is gonna be about my experience, my recovery, what I endured, what I survived. I'm going to talk about me. So let's talk about my divorce. All right, I want to hit and finish this sandwich. I won't be interrupting to eat. So, marriage. The year is 2018. I meet somebody in 2015. We start dating. We have some moments where we split, but pretty much we was together from 2015 on. 2018, this person moves to Texas. He went for work, and eventually I wanted to go too. So I was like, I'm going. And so my family, my support system was just like, I understand y'all in love, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. However, legalities. I know people say marriage is just a piece of paper. It ain't. And so they were just like, something could happen to you. Something could happen to him. Y'all are not married. Y'all cannot speak for one another. So if some emergency pops off, y'all gotta wait till one of y'all family members get there. So maybe y'all should consider getting married. So the decision that I made at the time was, my job at the time let me work from home, and you could move your address every 6 months. So the deal that I made to myself was, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna move my work from home address to that location. And if 6 months, if we are not married, I'm coming back home. So I moved down there in late June of 2018. August, we get married. We get married August 11, 2018. And we do it in a park ceremony. It was actually really sweet. With the agreement that on our 1 year anniversary, we were gonna have a wedding. So August 2019, we have a wedding. So our first year of marriage, it was normal. Like, of course, you got two people from two different mindsets, two different worlds. They trying to merge together to make one. It's gonna be some rocky moments because y'all still adjusting to, still like acclimating and stuff like that. But it was a normal marriage. But I noticed in 2019, something wasn't feeling right. And because there's something that wasn't feeling right had popped up in the relationship before we got married, and this is just me being candid, because we had some experiences before we got married that caused us to break up, I was able to identify certain behaviors. Let's just say it was a wandering eye. And I started feeling some type of way. And so now, I'm gonna just tell you this. Can't nobody withstand craziness like a woman that go to church, because baby, she gonna start leaning on Jesus. She gonna start fasting prayer. She gonna start doing some of everything. It's spiritual warfare, but sometimes you have to realize it's not spiritual warfare. It's this person's decision. They made a choice. And so at the time though, I started, trying to do all the things I was taught to do, because you taught to fight for your marriage and things like that. And then I went through a phase of sadness where I started blaming myself. Like, did I do something wrong? Am I not wild enough? I know I put on a little weight. Am I getting too big? Like, what am I doing wrong that's causing you to have this wandering eye? And then eventually that self-pity almost turned into anger, to the point where I was just like, I'm really upset about this. I became mean. I was really, really callous, but I was hurt. So my mouth got slick. I ain't never cussed as much as I did in that phase of life. And again, it's 2019 now, so I'm taking y'all on the journey to get y'all to the point where I ended things. But yeah, I was cussing this man out on the regular. I was mean. Like, we wasn't sleeping in the same room. And it's crazy, because it's like, if you say you're gonna forgive and you say you're gonna move forward, you have to really be in that decision. But if you are saying you forgive but you still cussing out every day, that's not true forgiveness. And so that was something I was working through. And when that anger and rage shifted into a place where I was ready for revenge, that's when I knew a choice got to be made. Because, and this is for real girl talk, every woman, whether she admitted or not, know that if she wanted to clown, she could easily do so. If she just wanted to have a fun night, she could easily do it. And at this particular time, there was an ex of mine that lived in Texas, in Houston. And I was certain that if I put in a phone call, there would be an answer. And so that is where my heart shifted to. Now, I never acted on it. I want to be 100% certain in this. For every moment that I was married, I was never intimate with anybody else. I never went on another date, never kissed nobody. I didn't do any of that because of my spiritual upbringing. Y'all know I grew up in a real sanctified situation, so that was never something that I did. But in the moment where I'm plotting revenge on you because of what you have subjected me to, that is when I know I'm at a crossroad and I need a choice. I need to make a choice. So I let the idea of that go. I knew I wasn't going to do it. And I knew it was the pain and anger in me that had me thinking that way. And I was the type that my mom raised me to be a wife, meaning I saw from her example. And so she was always respectful, always kept boundaries. But she always let me know, you leave and cleave. Now, if you need me, you come home. But while you in it, as long as y'all not in danger, y'all not hitting each other and stuff like that, y'all need to work it out. And so once I got in a place where I just started feeling stuck, I was feeling like I was stuck in a situation where I felt disrespected. I was stuck in a situation where I felt abandoned. I was stuck feeling rejected. I didn't know what else to do. So I started calling my mom. I was crying every day. And she was starting to get concerned. And she was just like, Faye, this ain't healthy. I'm not going to get in y'all marriage. I'm not going to get in y'all business. But I'm starting to get concerned because for me, y'all know I'm really a jolly person. But for me to be crying every day, my mama knew something was up. So at this point in time, I finally let my mom into my business, let her know what was going on. I started talking to my pastor back home, and everybody is counseling me because they see the shift in me. They see the darkness that's on me that did not used to be there. And it's like, Faye, y'all got to figure something out. And so I had finally made a decision. And the decision was I never wanted to leave my marriage without doing everything that I could to fight for it. So the decision that I made was we have to go to counseling. Hold on, my camera overheating. Okay, it has been quite some time. Number one, this color scheme I got on, just mind your business. Number two, I look rough because I got whooped at the gym. Number three, I'm on limited time because I'm bribing him with some Baskin Robbins to get him to allow me to film. So where did I leave off? I know the camera was overheating, and I think I told y'all. I told him basically we needed to go to counseling. So that was actually a conversation we were having for a while, but he wasn't quite comfortable with it. But what he did say was he could see the change in me. He knew I wasn't myself, so he did think that me going home for a while would be good to kind of help shift me out of that energy, and then we come back together and try to work things out. And I said, okay. So I packed all my stuff and I went home to St. Louis, but in my heart of hearts, my mind was set. It's counseling or nothing, especially because I wasn't the one who caused this issue. So once I got home, that is where my mind was, especially because when my mom saw me for the first time in a long time, I was a different person. And she told me flat out, she said, Faye, you kind of scaring me a little bit because you don't even look like yourself. You look dark. And I was feeling very dark. And so I stayed with my mom for a couple of weeks, and she told me, she was like, Faye, I think it's time to get some therapy involved. I'm your mom, so I'm going to be biased, so I don't want to get in this, but you need to talk to somebody, so you need to get a therapist. And so that is what I decided to do. And right around this time was March of 2020, COVID. And so what happened was because of what was going on with the world, a lot of health insurance companies were covering health care for your mind, mental health care, I should say. I know I'm being detailed, but I need y'all to really get this, okay? Especially because people was accusing me of things that I didn't do. It was it. Okay, anyway, the health insurance company was covering mental health services. And so I decided, since it's going to be covered and I don't have to pay for it, I'm going into therapy because I need to heal. I need to be better than what I'm being because who I am right now is not okay. And so I finally made the decision. I can't keep living like this. I'm getting healthy in mind, body, soul, and spirit. I'm getting ready to start losing weight. I'm going to therapy. I'm going back to church. All the things. I need to be right for me. But if I'm the one doing all of this work, that's not fair. We both need to be in it. So finally, I made an ultimatum. Either you go to counseling or we're done. And at this time, because I had just moved back to Missouri, Texas is not a at-will state when it comes to divorce, but Missouri is. You ain't got to have no reason. You could just say, I'm done, and they'd be like, all right. And so for Missouri, you have to be a resident here for 90 days before you can file for divorce as a Missouri resident. And so that was what I told him. I said, you got 90 days. You have 90 days to get into counseling or we're getting a divorce. And it starts now. And so we stayed in contact the whole time because I'm like, that's still my husband. And like I said, I wanted to know that I did everything that I could, like especially as me being a person of faith, someone in ministry. If I'm going to break my vow by leaving, I need to know I did everything I could to salvage it. And even outside of my faith, as a person, I wanted to know I did everything that I could. So I was here for the 90 days. We remained in communication. It wasn't like we was talking like husband and wife because I still had a lot of anger in me, but it wasn't a closed door. So I remember on the 90th day, I called like regular and I said, hey, how you doing? It was regular. And then I said, listen, it's day 90. Have you handled that? And the response was no. I said, so listen, I already got the papers. I'm getting ready to go get them signed and notarized tomorrow. And I'm going to letter them to the process server. The process server is coming to your job. It has been nice. I'm out. And because of the way I was handling it, he could tell that was a difference because at this point in time, I had been in therapy every week for 3 months. So this wasn't quite broken Faye that he was used to. this was the woman emerging who was in a very healthy place. And so I guess I was convincing enough to him in this conversation that he saw, oh, she's not playing. That very next day, I got a phone call saying, this is my therapist. I told this person that you have access to everything. You can call and verify that I am a patient, which we did do that. And once I saw that he was in therapy and I was continuing therapy, I said, okay, before I pull the plug, let's just see what happens. And so we started therapy. But at this point in time, because I was already moving, I knew he wasn't going to do it. At least that's what I thought. I was like, I already started moving like it was over. So I got an apartment, signed a lease. At this point in time, the Jerry Carroll Juice video had went crazy on YouTube. So now I'm making a bunch of money. It paid for my weight loss surgery, because I was like, I ain't never finna be in a position where I'm questioning myself or if I'm insecure about something. So this finna be my head start. So if you want to know what was one of the inspirations for getting me surgery, there we have it. I was feeling insecure because of what I had just went through in my marriage, and I wanted to feel good about me again. I wanted to get my health back right, and I wanted a second chance in every department of my life. So in addition to therapy, in addition to church, I got weight loss surgery because Faye wanted to be the best Faye she could be. Boom. So at this point in time, he had already renewed his lease. I'm in a lease, but we're trying to work it out. So now I'm in a long distance marriage. But thanks be unto God, all things work together. I told y'all I worked from home for a health insurance company. I had set it up at my new address. Well, whoever was in charge of it did not disconnect the work from home internet in Texas. So I am now in a long distance marriage where once or twice a month I'm going to Texas to go be down there, be married. But at the same time, I'm like, number one, we shouldn't be around each other all the time like that, because we're working through some things, we healing, we going through therapy. It's good to have this distance. But number two, I didn't pay rent, nigga. Excuse me, I'm finna go enjoy my rent. So we in a long distance marriage. It's COVID. I'm not flying, so I'm driving back and forth to Texas. 10 hours per trip. 10 hours one way. I'm driving 1 to 2 times a month to go to do this. But at the same time, it was so worth it, because with us both being in therapy now, there was a shift. And when I say within a matter of months, this thing was bliss. Now, it could be because we wasn't in the same house, we wasn't in each other's face all the time, okay? Listen, that may be it. But we were in a very great place. And finally, when it was time for his lease to be up, we decided our support system is in St. Louis, meaning our family, a lot of our close friends, we would root ourselves in St. Louis. So he moved back here. And because things were so great, now I will admit I should have waited, but I felt like a strong urge that we were supposed to have a kid. And so once he got back here, I get pregnant. And it sounds like things are going amazing. Like, we loving each other, everything blissful. We get pregnant, having a baby. It's our first baby, a first boy. Like, it was so great. But things took a turn. Things took a turn because I'll use this metaphor. There's this antibiotic called the Z-Pack. I think it's like 8 pills, right? Say you sick and your doctor prescribed you this Z-Pack. If you take pill 1 through 4, and you start feeling better, and then you decide to stop at 4, but you don't finish out the 8, while the symptoms may be relieved, the sickness is still there. And if you don't finish out what the doctor told you to do, it's going to flare back up. Let me step outside real quick, because this is going to be fast. I continued therapy the whole time. For 3 years, I was in there. First, it was once a week. Then it was once every other week. Then it was once a month. And then we eventually got to the point where she's like, I don't think you need me anymore. So I really was committed to it, because my focus in therapy was healing. Well, when your focus in therapy is, I just want to fix my marriage, and your marriage seems fixed, you feel like, okay, well, everything is resolved, I'm done. And so against my knowledge, he stopped his therapy. And of course, like I said, if you don't get the root of a thing pulled up, it'll happen again. So I'm in my pregnancy, and I'm seeing a shift in behavior that looks familiar to me. And I'm like, nah, Faye, you tripping, it's your hormones. And then finally I have the baby, and I'm seeing certain behavior shifts, and I'm like, nah, Faye, you're not tripping. And so, long story short, I said, concerning this wandering eye, since it has now happened again, you need to go to therapy, or I'm out. Because now at this point in time, it's not just me. I'm thinking about, I got a kid, so I don't need to be healthy for just me. I need to be healthy for my baby. And I'm starting to feel this anger and this resentment coming back. And it's even stronger because I'm like, how dare you? I just had your child. I just had your baby. And now I'm looking at myself crazy. I'm feeling those things again. The anger is back. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not raising a kid in this. We need to get help. At this point in time, I'm still in therapy. And he said he would. But it never happened. And so finally on August 16th, 2022, we had a sit-down conversation, and I said, I can't do it no more. Either it's therapy or it's divorce. And I will never forget, and I've been focusing on my feelings, but I will tell you what I was told on this one, because these were the last words to me that I received as a wife. But I remember I said, so are you gonna go? And he said, I don't think we should do that. I said, so that means we're getting a divorce, right? And his last words to me was, do what you gotta do. And I said, so we're done. And that was the most emotional day of my life. Since then, we've made peace. We cool. We've had really hard conversations because this has been 4 years in the making. And I will reveal a little bit more because when it happened, I felt real discarded. I felt like, oh, my baby going crazy. I felt discarded. I felt like my time was wasted. I felt like a failure. It felt really bad. And I was just like, why couldn't you just do that one thing for me? Especially because I didn't cause this. And I remember him acknowledging once again that he saw the change in me and my behavior and that I wasn't myself. And he said he never wanted to do that to me again. And he wanted me to be free so that I could heal for real without ever feeling that pain again. And it was just like, I'd rather let you go than to push you through that again. So yeah, that's why my marriage ended. And to this day, it's still impactful because when I said to death do us part, I meant it. I meant it. But at the same time, I wasn't finna deal with that no more. So if you wanted to know what happened, there you go. So for all of y'all that was like, I knew you lost weight, you was gonna start acting funny. I lost weight because I was insecure because of what happened. And I knew you was messing with your trainer. Ma'am, I was paying this money. I was paying hundreds, okay? And I'm not gonna be messing around with somebody I gotta pay. Do you understand? I don't know how you do it, but as for me in my house, if money is coming out of my pocket, this is a business transaction. Ain't none of that, so all y'all can stop with that too. So yeah, it was a wondering eye. Therapy couldn't fix it, so I chose myself. So that's what happened. Since then, we are real cool, because if I'm gonna tell you the crazy, I'm gonna tell you the good too. And as time goes on and I do more vlogs, I'm gonna tell you more about what life has been like for me over the last few years. But if you feeling inkling of anger towards him, I would understand, but I'm gonna ask you not to do anything disrespectful or say anything out of pocket, because again, this was 4 years ago. People learn, people grow. And then on top of that, and this is just me being honest, I have not paid a lick of rent. Okay? I've not paid a lick of rent in almost a year. Okay? My son requires a high level of care. A high level of care. And he was like, you are an excellent mother to my child. And as long as I got breath in my body, you good. So focus on the baby. Anything else? All right? Focus on the baby. Anything you do outside of, outside of him, is that's a little extra. But as far as I'm concerned, you're gonna always have a roof over your head. So yeah, he messed up 4 years ago, but he's making up for it now. Praise God. We ain't getting back together, but he good in my book. All right. So when I share those things, it's not just for clicks, views, all those things. It is literally because I said I want to be relatable. So to any woman out there who is in a situation where you like, I just had a baby, things ain't right, I want you to know you're gonna be all right. I'm a living testimony of that. If you are in a situation where somebody got you looking at you crazy because of their actions, I'm gonna tell you, like I told, like my mama told me, get some help, get some therapy, work through that, and know that you are beautiful, fearfully and wonderfully made, and someone else's actions is not a dictator of your value. It is a dictator of their character. It has nothing to do with you. Please know life is not over just because you go through a heartbreak. Life is not over just because you go through a hard time. Time and chance happens to every single one of us. But I'm a living testimony that you're gonna make it. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be happy again. You're gonna love again. I know I told y'all that I had date night. It's a little bit more to the story. I ain't quite ready to put it on the internet yet, but I'm telling you, you're going to be all right. Anything you lose, you can get back double, okay? And it can be better than ever before. So anyway, if you want to know what happened, that's what happened. I done dealt with insecurity. I done dealt with feeling body issues. I done dealt with betrayal. I done dealt with so many things. But God is truly a healer of the broken heart and a lifter of the bowed down head. And you, my good sis, if you're going through anything similar, you're gonna be all right. Now it's cold, let me get in here. Hey everybody, y'all, I'm so late getting this vlog up. So my idea was to start having Faye Fridays. So basically on Fridays, y'all spend that day with Faye. That's when my vlogs are gonna come. But this vlog is so behind. I had some crazy stuff pop off offline. So much so that y'all already see me at church on one part of the vlog. We're in our church clothes because it's another Sunday. I've been working on this over a week. It's been crazy, but just know after this week going forward, every Friday, no matter what, y'all gonna get a vlog, either long or short. We're gonna stick to it. So with that being said, today we have gone to church. I've had my nap, not after church naps be hitting. But anyway, long story short, today is Sunday. We've had our nap. It is time for dinner. We're getting ready to go inside my mama's house. Yeah, I just want y'all to see how cute my mama is. Look at my mama, y'all. Look at her. If you got a rich man, you listen. I want to be a hello to that thing. Okay. I come to my mama's house. My kid is no longer my kid, that's hers, and I just get to be a daughter. So we finna eat. And if you ever want to know where my refresher addiction come from, like mama, like daughter, that's my boo, y'all. So my baby loved nature, so she took him outside. Thank God for her. I'm gonna go get me a plate. Let's eat real good. Oh, my skin look good. Okay, seriously, I need to come over here more often. I was able to eat in peace. I was able to sit down in peace. When I am here, that is not my son, that is her son. I ate a whole plate, you hear me? So I had mashed potato, green beans. She made green beans for my son because that's what he likes, but then she made greens because that's what the grown folks like. So I ate both because I'm a child and I'm grown. And then I had some chicken too. Y'all, I feel like just big, but I didn't really even eat that much. I think I ate like 2 pieces of chicken. But the point of the matter is, I'm real good and full. Shout out to Sunday dinner. Now let's talk about Dallas, but first let me make some room on my memory card because it's literally 2 minutes. Okay, I think I got a couple minutes left on here. So I hosted a Q&A on Instagram a little bit ago, and I said people could ask me whatever they wanted to, and someone asked me, first of all, am I in a relationship? I have a rule, not because I think I'm some big somebody, but because I am a mom. I never want my son to Google me and see me in connection to a whole bunch of people. The only people he will ever see me connected to is fiancés and husbands. So right now, if he was to look for me, the only person he knows for sure that I've been with was the person I was married to. Anything else, it will only be accessible to him if it is a video of me announcing a ring. So with that being said, that is the only reason I keep certain things about my life offline. Anything I don't talk about, it's not because I'm ashamed or anything like that. It's literally to protect my son and how he views me. And so I'll just simply say right now, because I do not have, because y'all know sometimes I wear a ring on my finger, I do not have a fiance, and that is where I'm gonna leave it. Now, question that I had that someone asked me was, am I still going to move back to Dallas? If y'all are not familiar, as I said earlier in the video, I used to live in Dallas. That is literally my favorite city outside of my hometown. I love me some Dallas, Texas. But I came back here and there was a conversation to go back, and I mentioned it on YouTube how we were considering moving back. And by we, this is where I'm going to bring up my son's father. We had a mutual agreement that if ever we were to move out of state, if one of us was going to leave, that we would have to agree on the city, because we wanted to raise our son in the same city. We would not be married, we would not be in a relationship, but at least our son would have access to both of his parents. And so right now, the city that his dad is interested in moving to is Dallas. And I'm always down for Dallas, but the reason I have not agreed to do it just yet is because of my son's therapy. He is in speech, occupational, and ABA therapy for his autism situation, and it's really working. And so his dad has been wanting to move back to Dallas, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind either, but I don't want to uproot my son from his program until I know for sure I have something locked in Dallas, which I'm sure, with that being an even more major city than St. Louis, that they will have resources available. So back to the question, we were talking about moving. I am going to say this. While I do not want to break the agreement I had with his dad, the reality is I am in a place where I'm taking back more control in my life. And so while I won't say that the agreement that we had is null and void, I will say I'm going to do what's best for me and my son, period. And right now, while we're both interested in the city, there is two things at play. Number one, his father just started a new career in St. Louis, and so you want to get locked in on that before he does any type of a transfer. But then even on my end, in my personal life, there's something very special currently in my life. And I told you I don't do long distance. I can't. And so I have personally made the decision that I am going to wait 6 months before I make the final call, and whatever I decide to do, that's what I'm going to do. Because number one, while I don't want to leave what I'm currently in, at the end of the day, smart women don't put their lives on hold for something that is not permanently theirs. Okay? Smart women don't decide I'm going to not pursue an opportunity because of a boyfriend. Smart women only make those type of sacrifices for a husband. All right? So brother got 6 months. And so at the end of the 6 months, if I have not built anything substantial to keep me in St. Louis, I am going to go. And so right now in this current 6 months, yes, I do want to nurture what I am currently in. But in addition to that, I just joined a new church. Well, it's not new because I've been in this church. My pastor is my cousin. I'm very well protected and loved there. But considering what I just came out of with the church situation, I'm in a place where I'm learning to trust again. I'm learning to let my guard down again. I'm learning to sharpen my discernment. And so I don't want to uproot when I finally am in a place where after a year I'm going to church regularly and I'm getting involved. So I'm really loving that. And of course Dallas has amazing churches as well, but right now I want to stay in what I currently am in. So basically give me 6 months and then I have a final update for you. Hold on. Yeah, so that is the current thing. We have been considering, but again, his dad just started something new, and so he wants to get in the groove of that. And then it just so happens that the organization that he's with is nationwide, so he can transfer and be good. But of course, you don't want to just start something and then 2 weeks later, I'm gone. So he wants to solidify that. I want to solidify my relationship. I am wanting to solidify my relationship with God even more because yes, I'm still faith-filled. I'm still baptized, full of the Holy Ghost. However, I will admit my relationship with God kind of took a hit with what I just came out of. And again, I'm not going to rehash it because I don't want to seem like I'm bullying or anything like that or weaponizing my platform. But in what I went through with church, it really did push me away. And I took a lot of hit. That's why I kind of also slowed down on my faith-based channel, because I want to make sure that I'm really, really rooted in what I'm talking about and not just doing it for an algorithm. I'll say nothing before I say something just to try to accrue money. So anyway, I'm really, not that I was disconnected from God, because we've always been locked in, fasting, praying, all of that. But I'm really wanting to incorporate church in my life again. And so I want to grow in that. I want to definitely let my son do more therapy. So basically, I have made the decision, even outside of my son's father, I am giving myself 6 months. And if in 6 months I feel like, first of all, not even I feel like, if I feel a leading from God to go, then that's what I'll do. And if not, then I'll stay. So that is the update. I need 6 months of more growing, and then I'll make that call. So that's that on that. And I ain't even gonna lie, it ain't even just Dallas that I'm thinking about, because y'all know I've been wanting to move to Atlanta for a long time, but I'm trying not to let money be my driving factor. As an influencer in the beauty space, New York, LA, Atlanta, them the poppin' cities. You can even do Houston. Dallas cool too, but really New York, LA, 100% Atlanta. And so I don't want to do New York, it's far away from home. So it's LA. Atlanta, say it's an emergency and I need to get home real quick, I can easily do that. And so it's a lot of opportunities there. So I'm open to that as well. So here come this little busybody. Come here, because we wrapping up the vlog. You heavy.
Oh, listen.
I feel a strain in my back. Oh, so you just gonna leave me. So yeah, that's the last on that, y'all. So anyway, I need to get this video uploaded, like I said, going forward every Friday. This video is probably gonna go up like Monday. I believe it's gonna go up Monday, possibly Tuesday if it takes me too long to edit. But going forward, y'all will see me on Fridays. So that's that on that. I am needing to enjoy my silence because I'm leaving this boy with his grandma. Amen. And we're gonna go. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. I love y'all. Maki Dada, and about this piece. Bye bye.